Good morning, good afternoon, whenever you're doing science. I hope you're doing fabulous. All right, Dance into Science, TCI via Clever. Get into the class. All right, you guys.
Hi, my name is Marcus.
Weather and climate.
Hi, my name is Marcus.
Oh, heavens. I don't know where that came from. Sorry, guys. Scroll down. We are in lesson 5, how is weather predicted? All right, and then text with notes. And then up to the section box, click on the triangle and go to the very last option, Super Simple Science. Okay, there is no work to turn in today. You're just reading this text. So here we go. Animal weather forecasters. Weather forecasters that use science started less than 150 years ago. Before then, people looked for clues in the sky and in the way animals behaved. Can you really predict the weather by watching animals? One by one, the cows lay down. The farmer looked up at the cloudy sky. She knew the saying, when cows lay down in the pasture, it was going to rain. Just then, a barn cat sneezed, another sign of rain. Long ago, old stories and sayings were the only things people had to predict the weather. They looked for changes in animals, plants, and other parts of nature. Today, many people wonder if there's any truth in the old weather sayings. Can these old sayings stand the test of today's science? So if you look at the caption over here, it says, people once used animal behaviors to predict the weather. For example, one saying claimed that if cows lie down, rain is on the way. Groundhog Day. Another animal some people think predicts weather is the groundhog. The old story says that on Groundhog Day, the groundhog takes a break from its winter sleep. It comes out of its den to look around. If it sees its shadow, then there will be 6 more weeks of winter. If it does not, then an early spring is coming. In Pennsylvania, thousands gather each Groundhog Day to celebrate. Of course, a wild animal will not come out with all those people watching. Instead, there's a staged show. Men in costumes pretend to listen to a tame groundhog. This is a lot of fun, but is it accurate? No, scientists found that there was no pattern to the groundhog's predictions in the arrival of warm weather. In fact, the groundhog was wrong more often than it was right. Woolly warm winters. Another weather forecaster is the woolly worm, also called the woolly bear caterpillar. Some say the size of its brown band predicts winter weather. When caterpillars have long brown bands, winter will be warm that year. Short brown bands predict a cold winter. Many years ago, Dr. Howard Curran, an insect scientist, tested out the saying. He drove into the mountains every fall for 8 years. He measured as many woolly worms as he could find. The first 3 years, the woolly worm saying worked. The next few years, it did not. Later, another scientist made a discovery. If woolly worms hatch in early spring, they have long brown bands the following fall. If they hatch in late spring, they have short bands, so the bands may say something about last winter, but not next winter. Sharks swim to safety. An animal that may truly predict the weather is the shark, and what we know about shark forecasting does not come from an old weather legend. It's from a recent discovery. A team of scientists were tracking young sharks. The young sharks lived in shallow water, but when a hurricane was coming, the sharks did something odd. They swam to deeper water. Swimming to deeper water made sense. There, the small sharks would be safe from storm waves. But how did the sharks know that a hurricane was coming? Scientists are not sure, but it could be that they sensed changes in the air pressing down on the ocean surface. Sharks won't be used as weather forecasters. They are too hard to see in the ocean water, but someday you might discover a true weather predicting animal that is easier to track. Okay, that's it for science today. Have a